The chief of staff is a member of a gang of thieves. And I can say that categorically because I was the one who exposed when he stole $25,000 from a client in Atlanta, Georgia, when he was a lawyer, and his legal profession certificate was revoked as a result of that. That's how Gbajabiamila ended in Nigeria. And to add a secret today, when I wrote that story, he asked Abike Dabiri to call me and asked if I could help him take down the story. I said no, because I'm writing for history. Today, you know where he's coming from. If I had compromised myself and taken down the story, you will not know that he's a thief. One house, please.
This man will tap. No. Let's fix mine. No, help me with this line. No, help me with this line.
Revolution now!
Well, the agreement we had with our lead lawyer is that they will be the ones making comments about the case, or the lawyers that may be appointed by the lead lawyer. Because they want it to remain completely a legal issue because there's a new legal team in the matter. And as you are aware, the defense started today. And we expect you, since it's an open court, for journalists to go in there and cover the case as it is progressing. So that is an agreement we have with the new legal team, that they will discuss the matters when they feel comfortable about it. But I am a presidential candidate, so we continue to discuss serious national issues about the next election. I want to announce to you today that even the prosecutor, who is a senior advocate of Nigeria, said that he's waiting for me to convince him so that he can vote for me in the election. That's progress made today. We are close to winning an additional vote.
Body shout power!
Power! This is an attempt to clear himself of bias. So that's what we have to say about the case.
Okay. I know that you have said that the legal team will speak to us, but just to follow...
Their decision to speak or not to speak is entirely theirs.
Yes.
Because we have a new legal team, yes.
Okay, but since you can't address the issues, are you confident in your submissions, your applications to the court? And
the lawyers did the submission and application, and I want to urge you, it's an open court. Walk in there and cover the case. That's what journalists do, right? Most of you are experienced at this. Just cover the case. Make your informed judgment about what the lawyers are doing in court. We opened our defense today. It was a blockbuster.
Yes.
So, yes.
Can you share your experience as regards to your incarceration a few days time?
Incarceration and experience about incarceration is not something I pay attention to. Considering that even today I was supposed to go back to prison again. So an experience has not been concluded cannot become a matter for discussion. It's an ongoing issue. And my persecution is also an ongoing concern. And that's been laid bare today, even at the beginning of the trial. So don't worry about the experience. If I tell you my experience now, if I write a book, most of you will not buy it. Yes. And I have a duty to raise money by selling those books.
Yes. While we are waiting for you writing your books.
Yes. Or, a movie.
Were you treated fairly in the prison?
There's no fair treatment for someone who has not been convicted of a crime to be sent to prison. We can't even say that. And we are talking about prison. And I made it clear last week when I spoke to the media about you must watch my interview on channels and Arise TV, where I made it very clear that they call it a correction center. But for me, it was prison. Nobody should be correcting a person who is correcting the society.
Yes.
That's the job I do in this country. Listen, no matter what they do to you in this country, no matter what the country turns into, look at me very well today. And I'll state it that I remain the conscience of this nation. And I'll say one of it because I'm not the only one. All these people are the conscience of the nation. Some of you are the conscience of the nation. And we are dealing with conscienceless power. But when conscienceless power meets, powerful conscience,
Yes.
it collapses. That's what I need to tell you. I'm not appearing here because I committed any crime. I'm in court and I'm being persecuted because I decide to stand up to be counted on the side of right in this country. And that I will never be part of the people who will steal your money. That I will never be part of the people who will murder somebody because he doesn't agree with me. That I will never be in a country or a citizen of any country in the world, particularly Nigeria, and watch while they sink your destinies. That's what we are dealing with here. So sometimes in the history of mankind, people like us come once in a while. When I say people like us, many of us here, because we have lawyers who have spent countless hours defending this case. We have activists who come here from across the country. There are people watching us from all over the world, trying not to figure out what will happen to Sowore. They've already known that I've been singled out to be maltreated, but what will happen to this country? How the children who are abducted can be reunited with their families, how we can travel safe in our country, how people who are working can get paid a living wage, how hospitals can attend to diseases and not add to it, how our economic system can empower us without disembowling our people. We are talking about a country where characters are running fake agencies. And the people who are running the agencies are not being tried as we speak. I'm not talking about the guy who started. I'm talking about the people who he was paying money to, who are putting him in their budget. So you are living in that country. So you must, regardless of the hardship, we must resist the urge to be silenced. I can't even imagine it, And sometimes I honestly wish that Nigerians understand the power that they have. But it's not my job to force you to exercise your power. But it's my own duty to force myself to exercise my own powers to the best of my ability and regardless of the risk that are involved in it. So you can trust that one, regardless of how many times I'm sent to prison, And one thing was clear today also. It is about how to make sure not talk. That's the whole thing. It's like,
Yes.
My Lord, can you make sure he doesn't talk? The judge had to say, I did not give an order that he should not talk. But it's all about, if you go to court today, those of you are there, the anxiety is, my Lord, he's going to talk again, he's going to talk. My Lord, can we make sure he doesn't talk? So that tells you something, that there's power in our voice.
Yes.
Revolution.
Now.
The chief of staff is a member of a gang of thieves. And I can say that categorically because I was the one who exposed when he stole $25,000 from a client in Atlanta, Georgia, when he was a lawyer, and his legal profession certificate was revoked as a result of that. That's how Gbajabiamila ended in Nigeria. And to add a secret today, when I wrote that story, he asked Abike Dabiri to call me and asked if I could help him take down the story. I said no, because I'm writing for history. Today, you know where he's coming from. If I had compromised myself and taken down the story, you will not know that he's a thief. Thank you very much.